Oh, Yadi, it is so hot. When is this heat wave gonna be over? We better go check on your brother Piper, too. I think he's doing just fine. Oh my gosh, being out and about is kind of rough right now, but I do it anyway, all for the sake of redecorating my home and showing you what I've been doing. So anyway, as I was saying, it's been very, very hot. The heat wave has been so bad here. Heat index has been over 110 degrees, so it's insane. But I got out and about anyway. I went to Walmart and I picked up some things that will go very nicely in my kitchen, and I'm going to do some crafting with some of these things. So I am so very excited to show you what I got and what I did with it. So these are my kitchen doors, and these are the curtains that I've had up for a pretty good long while. And this is the contraption that I made and my husband helped me install so that I could have kitchen curtains up at my doors, because these are metal doors, and I will explain how I did that later. But for now, let me show you what kind of material I found at Walmart to make new curtains. So unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know the Pioneer woman has taken over almost every aspect of Walmart that there is. She's even in the clothing line now. So, but anyway, one of the newer things that I've noticed at Walmart is that they're carrying Pioneer woman fabric. So, man, the sky is the limit with all these beautiful, beautiful patterns. So I picked out this one. I thought it would go best with my vintagey decor plans in my kitchen. But even if you're not going for a vintage style like I am, Waverly has an awesome variety at Walmart too. Look at all these beautiful, beautiful prints. I go straight for the cottage style and or vintage styles always. Okay, so how did I make the thing? It is just a strip of wood that I bought these hooks, and I screwed the hooks. Well, first I painted the wood to look like faux chippy white paint. So that's just a mixture of white paint and black paint that I dry brushed onto this piece of wood. Then I screwed all these hooks on, and I bought the rings at Walmart, the clippy rings, and my husband screwed the whole entire piece to the metal doors. I'm going to show you my favorite no-sew method of making curtains, and this one in particular, since I'm using the clippy curtain rings, is going to be the easiest version yet, because the top is just going to be folded over. So this piece of material, luckily, is already the length that I would like it to be. So the only thing that I will have to be doing is hemming the two end sides, because the bottom here you can see is folded. I'm just going to use that folded edge the way it is. The top edge is frayed, but I'm going to fold that under, so that's not going to show. I don't have to worry about that edge. So the two shorter sides on the left and right sides, that's the only two sides that I'm going to worry about hemming, which I'm not going to sew by hand or use a sewing machine. I'm going to use some heat bond tape, some fabric tape, and this brand came from the Dollar General store for only a couple dollars. It's the first time I'm using this brand, but I'm sure they all work pretty much the same way, and I'll show you how easy it is to use. To make life easier for myself, I chose to leave this piece of material folded in half the way it came in the box. I never even unfolded it all the way, and I wanted to do this so that my curtain wouldn't be so transparent in my window, and also just because it's easier. I don't have to do a whole lot of cutting. It's just fold it up. I'm going to use it like it is. And the first step is to iron this out and get rid of all the inkles, the wrinkles. And I think this is the best ironing I ever did in my life. Every single wrinkle came right out for me. Because my material is folded in half, I'm going to have to use 2 pieces of the heat bond tape. Beware, in this package, this tape was held down with a very hard to see and very hard to remove piece of clear plastic, but make sure you get rid of that first. Then unroll it and measure out your first piece and cut it to the length of your material. Then sandwich that piece of heat bond tape in between the 2 pieces of material, close to the edge, but not going outside of the material. Then you'll need a washcloth, and you'll run that washcloth under water, wring the water out completely so that it's pretty damp but not dripping wet. And then you're going to lay that on top of your material and put your iron on top of that wet rag with your iron on a steam setting, and I had mine turned up to its max heat setting, and hold for 10 seconds. Then just keep going down the line until your entire piece is adhered together. Once you have those 2 pieces bonded together, then you can fold that edge to make a hem. And because your material is damp from the wet washcloth, it's easy to fold and make a crease. And inside this fold is where you will put your second piece of heat bond tape to make this hem. Then use the same process of steaming that heat bond tape down with a wet wash rag and your iron. Remember to hold it down for 10 seconds at a time and don't miss any spots. And repeat this hemming process on the other end. Once that's finished, you're good to go. This is good to go in the washer and the dryer. It should always stay hemmed together. Now we need to figure out how far down I want to fold my top. Now this is going to be different for everybody because not everybody is going to want the same size curtain probably, but I measured the curtain that was already up at my door and saw that it was 15 inches in length. So I measured out the 15 inches on my Pioneer Woman curtain and I folded over the top. Simple as that. Then I ironed the crease so it would stay folded where I wanted it to stay folded. And of course, did this for both of my curtains. I also want to note that I was paying attention that when my 2 curtains are hanging up side by side on my 2 doors, that the pattern was sort of matching up. So this curtain had sort of lines of flowers and those dots. And so I wanted the 2 curtains to match up all the way across the whole entire width of both of my doors, like one continuous pattern. And the final step before hanging these curtains is to cut off the excess that is folded over. I left about a couple inches folded over and got rid of the rest. I should have mentioned earlier that you want your piece of material to be longer than your actual window because you're going to create some pleats with those clips. So I start off by clipping both ends and then I fold the material in on itself to create those pleats at each clip. And there you have it, no-sew curtains, and it only took me maybe a half an hour to make. If you are observant, you noticed in the beginning of this video that I did not have my blue rake hung up that I made in a previous video, and I love it so much. I had put my original farmhouse sign up here, and I'll show you the reason why. If you have a problem with your drywall not having studs where you need them like I do, then I'm going to show you something that really helps make my life easier. So see, this is the nail that was in. I've tried 2 holes, and this drywall wouldn't hold this nail to hold this heavy rake. So I'm going to use a Hercules hook. You can get these at Walmart, and they're really easy to install. I already have holes where I wanted it to go, so it made it really easy for me, but it's easy to poke this through the drywall just barehanded. And the way this hooks into place, that hook goes up inside the drywall, and when it's already all the way in, then there's no way for it to come out, and it's very secure and will hold heavy things on your wall. Now I'm happy again with my rake and my vintage things hanging right beside my new curtains. Back at Walmart, just around the corner from the fabric, is the rickrack. And did you know they still make this stuff? How more vintagey can you get? So I picked out some blue, some red, and some yellow rickrack because I thought they would match my material for my new curtains, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them next. These wonderful, wonderful little trimmings could be added to just about anything, but I decided to put them on the bottom of a kitchen towel. Now, I got these kitchen towels from the Dollar General store, 2 of them for $3. There's a black one and a white one, and I'll just save that black one for a Halloween kitchen towel later. While you're unfolding your towel and getting it ready and getting your trimmings all unpackaged, you need to have a hot glue gun heating up nearby. And it would be really helpful if you have a hot glue gun with a small detail tip because this trim is quite narrow. I was making sure to have my yellow and my red separated by the blue because the yellow and red together is like ketchup and mustard, and that bothered me for some reason, so I put my blue stripe in the middle. But this is the pattern I'm doing, just really simple, cutting these pieces to the width of the towel, and then I'm just going to hot glue them down. But I also want to show you that it would be really cute to take a leftover piece of your material from your curtains and add that as an embellishment to the bottom of a kitchen towel as well. I chose not to do this only because I don't like my stuff to be so matchy-matchy. So here I go, hot gluing my pieces in place while Yadi watches. And that's my new hot glue gun. It's a Hiipoo hot glue gun that I will link in my description box below. It has a really nice detail tip, and I've been really happy with this glue gun. So I'll put it in my description box below if you want to get your own. And as you can see, Yadi really, really wanted that rickrack. And so here we have a vintage kitchen towel made from completely new materials, and I adore it. Look at this deal on the pretty summer flowers. Can you believe for 50 cents what pretty flowers? Out of this rack, I picked the oranges and daisies. I thought they would be the perfect addition to my vintage kitchen plans. But they also had some lemons that I thought was really cute. And I'll just take a little stroll around this whole rack to show you what all pretty flowers they had. Oh yeah, I did get a couple of bunches of these greenery picks too. Back home again, I've already taken all the tags off of my picks of flowers, and I still can't believe what a deal these ones with the oranges were, the oranges and daisies, and some of their little yellow flowers. They're perfect for summer. Anyway, I'm going to make an arrangement and put them inside of a vintage orange juice carafe that I just got recently while I was antiquing. It was $5, and that must be the going rate because I went antiquing again just last weekend and I saw another one for $5. So you can expect to pay about $5 for these orange juice carafes, I guess. Also at Walmart, I picked up these plastic green plates. I just loved the color. They were the perfect color for me. They match so well with my other things up here on my kitchen shelf. I bought 4 of them, and for 50 cents a piece, they're just a steal. I also could not help myself and splurged on a Pioneer Woman crock pot. It was only $29 and some change, and it's perfect. It matches everything else that I'm going for in my kitchen right now. I like that it's digital and it's got the lockdown lid, so when you take it places, the lid isn't going to go flying off. And last but not least, this little thing makes me so happy. This pitcher from Walmart was only $4.94, and I love putting my lemonade in it. Honest to goodness, guys, it's the little things like lemonade in this glass pitcher and this hobnail glass that makes me so happy in life. And I'm glad that I have a simple enough life that I can enjoy things like these. Next up on the agenda is to get out in my shed with my tote full of vintage 40s and 50s tablecloths and pick one out to use for my coffee station. But it's gonna be a little bit because, like I said, 112 degrees heat index. I think I'm staying inside for a bit. Unless it would be to run back to Walmart and grab up this retro TV cat bed for my little kitty babies. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you are staying out of the heat and being safe. Kick back, relax with a sip of lemonade, and watch another video. I have one loaded up for you right here. And until next time, bye.